When a man tells his girlfriend, I want some space, then that could be great news. Maybe he's looking for a space where they can move in together. Or maybe, if they already live together, he just wants another closet to put his stuff in. But no, sadly, it usually means he's about to take all of his stuff out, pack his bags, and then leave. Also known as the end of the relationship. Whether a man or a woman says it, it's never a great sentence, of course. Now, the people on the receiving end of that sentence then often think, ooh, didn't see that one coming, but I can still save this relationship or this dating thing we have going on. I just need to manifest better. I knew I should have continued my manifestation journal. That was my mistake. Or they think, I'm just going to try harder. They must not see the beautiful future that we can have together that I can see. I've got to make them feel what I feel. Yeah, well, if you have ever heard that I want some space phrase, then you know these things only make it worse, of course. They are about as efficient as trying to dry your hair by taking a shower. So what do you do then? Is there a way to prevent someone from asking for space? Why is lack of space such a problem, especially for men? And can you use space to improve the quality of the relationship, to have a better emotional connection with him, and also to make the attraction skyrocket? Well, I wouldn't be making a video about it if you couldn't, so let's talk about it. My name is Geert, I'm an author. I also use the pen name Brian Knox. I write about dating and relationships and other topics, and first we will look at why space is so crucial for a man, so you understand it, and then we will look at how to deliberately use space to strengthen the emotional connection he has with you. Space is important. Space can even heal relationships. Space is necessary and very normal, as you will see. It's when a man asks for space that there's probably something wrong. More on that later in the video. Now first, a disclaimer. There are couples that are in constant contact. You may know some of them. There is seemingly no space whatsoever. Hey honey, I'm leaving from work. I'll be home soon. 5 minutes later, a text message. I'm stuck in a traffic jam. 17 minutes later. Hey honey, I'm parking the car. I'm home. I'll see you in 10 seconds. Yay. I don't know about you, but I know a couple like that. But they are, of course, the exception, and it doesn't mean that even for them, space could in fact be healthy. Now, it's important to understand why men need space, and not just for romantic attraction, but in life in general. As science has proven over and over again, a male brain is wired differently than the brain of a woman. For example, some studies have proven that men and women deal with stress in different ways in their brain. But also, and this is an important one, studies have shown that women are much better at multitasking than men. You may already know that. This means that multitasking slows men down much more than it slows down women. And that's because women can organize things in a better way in their mind. And if I don't forget, I will put some links to some scientific studies in the description. So when a guy is very stressed, his mind will obsessively try to deal with whatever gave him stress. It wants to solve the problem. And because he cannot multitask that well, he cannot be emotionally available for his girlfriend at the same time. That's why if a woman is in a relationship with a man while he's dealing with big problems at work or elsewhere, he may be more distant emotionally. It may feel as if he's forgetting about his girlfriend, as if she's suddenly no longer important to him. But he just needs some space to sort things out. If his girlfriend then starts to push him, if she wants to see him more, if she complains, if she's needy and clingy, his threshold will be very low and he will ask for space, officially. Some women then think, well, if he feels so overwhelmed or has a lot of stress at work, for example, why is he dealing with that on his own? It's better to talk about it with his girlfriend, right? Not really. Not for a lot of men. That's like telling an Amish farmer it's better to buy a tractor than to keep using his horse on the fields. Yeah, it would be better, but good luck trying to convince him. Again, men are different. The more overwhelmed they feel, the more space they will need to create clarity and to recharge. The big mistake some men make here is that they will not communicate about the fact that they are dealing with a problem, that they are worried about something, or that they feel empty and need to recharge alone. They may try to seem tough, especially towards their girlfriend or wife. No, there's nothing going on. Everything is fine. That is a huge mixed signal, because she of course feels that something is going on, plus to her it may feel like as if he's pulling away. It's not his fault that he needs space to deal with certain things, but he should communicate about it, of course, and let her know that he still loves her, which some men luckily do, but not all of them. So the good news is that one of the biggest reasons why men need space in a relationship has nothing to do with the quality of that relationship or his feelings for his girlfriend or wife. It's just a factory setting on most men. And there's more. Have you ever noticed that a lot of men have a totally different behavior after being intimate compared to a lot of women? Instead of cuddling or talking or being close, a lot of men fall asleep or create space physically. Suddenly they want to urgently check out what's still inside the fridge, or go watch some TV, or do whatever else that has absolutely nothing to do with cuddling and being close. I don't know who invented these incompatibilities, but you may have noticed they exist. So the more emotions a man feels, the more space he may seem to need. But here's what's interesting. The more space you give him, the less space he will need. It will even help him to open up about his emotions. See, we sometimes think that men are still like cavemen and they cannot talk about their emotions and feelings and stuff. That's wrong. Some men just have a really hard time opening up. A lot of men see a therapist, for example, and that's not to talk about football, it's to talk about their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions, which they can more easily do when there is no pressure, when they feel safe. When will he feel safe? When will he feel no pressure? When there is space. So if you ever want a man to open up emotionally, just create space. Pressure destroys the emotional connection because he will feel suffocated and unsafe. Space allows him to open up, to be himself. And also, it's when there is space that a man will start to miss his girlfriend or wife. That's when he can realize how much she means to him and how much he loves her. And that can be thanks to physical space, so not seeing and hearing each other for a couple of days, but even mental space. For example, being in the same house but doing something different and not talking for a couple of hours. And you can even create space without being silent. When a woman doesn't pressure her boyfriend, when she's not needy, when she's not clingy, she's also giving him space. Hey, yeah, so I wonder, where's this going? No space? Hey, I hope you had a good day. I'm going to do some yoga with a friend. Love ya. Space. Space comes in many forms. For example, if you have been intimate with him, instead of cuddling, go check out what's still inside the fridge. That's the place to be at that time. Just kidding. But so giving a man space means not being clingy, not being needy, having your own hobbies and life. And as I always say, wanting him but not needing him. He might be an awesome person, but so are you. There's nothing to cling on to, and if it's ever needed, he is replaceable. Also, when you give him space, he's able to recharge and be a better boyfriend or husband. And if he's not, if he's using space as an excuse, if he's trying to send you a message by not sending you a message, so this is my strategy. I hope that she will get that I really don't like her because I'm avoiding her, because I'm ignoring her. Maybe she will leave me alone then. Well, then he's definitely not worth your time and your attention. I have seen 18-month-old babies communicate better than men who do this. You're better off without them. And also, I'm sure you have noticed that often when you pull away, men get more interested in you. And sometimes that's an ego thing. Other times it's because you created space. And that space gave him the opportunity to think about you and the relationship and to fall for you over and over again. Plus, when a man works on himself to become a better man, he will often not do that with you by his side. He will do that during his alone time. I don't want to stereotype this, but you may have noticed that when men go fishing, or they take their bike, or they go for a jog, or they work out, or even when they play on their Xbox and they do these things alone, they don't just do that because they like fishing or working out. They want to be alone in their bubble. They need it. And I know some women need that too, of course, especially introverts, but all of this just to say that some space in a relationship can be really healthy. Is there a moment where you should worry about a man needing space? Well, there are times where him needing space is a bad omen, a bad thing. It's, for example, when he asks for space that there usually is a problem. That means that he feels suffocated, and whether that's justified or not, it's best to back off immediately, because when a man asks his girlfriend for space, that means that she was either too clingy or too needy or too jealous and other very bad things, and she should back off for her own good. She won't feel happy either. Or she was doing everything right and he was just not sufficiently interested in her. She should back off, because this guy will keep making her unhappy for the rest of that relationship. So there you have it. Being clingy has never made a relationship better. It doesn't prevent breakups, it creates them. Giving space at times usually makes a relationship better. It helps men to recharge, to deal with their problems, to feel safe and to open up emotionally, and to fall for the woman they like over and over again. I'm only scratching the surface here because on YouTube I know the attention span is short, but if you want more, if you want the deeper stuff, that's on brianknox.com, or especially in my books that you can find on Amazon by searching for my pen name, Brian Knox. I want to thank you for being clingy and for still being here at the very end of this video. I love it when you do that. It's for you that I'm making these videos, so thank you, and I hope to see you in another video.